Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is the continuation part of my PayPal integration and how we can show the PayPal button onto the portal. So I would request you everyone that if you have not watched my past video, please go and watch my past video where we actually set up the PayPal account and create applications there. So this is the just a continuation part of that. There is a lot of information which is in the past video. So in the PayPal account, first of all, I will just go through that. This is the account where this is the developers.paypal.com where we actually create applications. Okay, and these links, I will all the links I'll post it in my comment sections or in the description, video description sections. And also you need to have another URL called PayPal's docs checkout button where all your how you can set up the button, all the instruction is given. So let's get started. So I already created a PayPal button widget in my systems, but today I'll again create the PayPal widgets one by one. So first of all, I need to type the widgets here. Under the service portals, you will be able to see one module called widgets. So I'm going to create a one more widgets here. I already created the PayPal API, but to demonstrate you guys, I'm creating again the PayPal widgets again. So first of all, here you need to put the meaningful name. I'm just putting the PayPal API to here the ID you need to put that. It's not a mandatory field, but I would suggest that put the PayPal uh, uh, ID here, because this will help you to call in a different, if you want to call this apps, these widgets from the another widget you can create. So just put the name and ID and click the save button. After you successfully save that, scroll down and there is options called open in widget editor. Just click there. Now here is the thing, your API is open in a editor mode. Now let's go back to that PayPal API or PayPal documentation, what it is showing that to integrate the PayPals. First of all, you need to import a script, that is the script, and here in the test you need to put your actually the client ID of your applications, right? So copy this code, okay, or maybe copy this URL for the time being, and go back to your actually the widgets, not in the editor mode, in the native view, and the in the dependency click a new button. Here put the name and click the include on page load and save that. Once you save that, there is a two tab, one is the JS include, another is the CS include. You need to click the JS include and click new, and the display name you are going to put the PayPal 2, because I already created one PayPal, and here change that UI script to the URL and then click the URL and put the URL that you have copied over from the previous one. And now instead of this client ID test, you copied that client ID from your application that we have created from the last video. So from developers.paypal.com, go to the my apps and click that your applications called my app I have created, and copy the client ID and go back to here and paste the client ID and click save. So now you can see there is a one JS file actually included here, and if I click here it should open a JS file. Just click on that. You can see there is a long JavaScript file which is created for my PayPals. That's it. Now go back to your actually widgets here under this PayPal API 2, make sure that there is a one dependency PayPal 2 is added or not. Now you can see the PayPal 2 is added. So that's it. So you first step is that you create a dependency with this client ID on that URL. Now go back to your PayPal widgets editor mode and right click and enable preview mode. So whatever changes we will write, will changes, it will be demonstrated here. So in the HTML, we'll create a div. In the div, we'll create one H2 or H3 module. Here we'll type something, whatever text you want to put that. Once you save that, the changes it will be reflect on the right side, your preview mode. Now you can see this text is visible here. Now I am going to create one more div inside that. And ID, I'll put that main people and save that. So our HTML task is done. Now we are going to write some code under the client script. I'll turn off that HTML part. Now if I go to the documentation, what they are saying that we need to copy this script here, paste here, and what they are saying that we should put the ID here. Our case, our ID is the main PayPal, copy over that and put and save. So notice that once we save that, our page is refreshed, the PayPal's button is right now visible, and then we can make a payment here. So in this case, if we click the PayPal, you can see it is the pop-up is running here. Now here is the thing, you can put your sandbox account details and then click the login and make a payment. Amount will be transferred to the actual facilitator account. But we need to do some coding so that we can set up some amount and then we can come back here. So what we are going to do that in the client script, under this client script, what we are going to do here, we will put some extra code here. Okay, what code we are going to do that? Click the basic integrations and scroll down and select copy this create order function and copy over till this render part. Okay, or maybe you scroll down here till this part, copy over here and paste here. Okay, now I'll come to this point what it is doing right now. First of all, if you see here, there is a one function called create order. This one will be generated whenever your page will be loaded. Here is the value, how much amount you should set for this transaction. So you put that 500 here, and here is the, you can see, transaction completed, and this is the given name. Okay, let's save that, uncheck the client one, go back to your accounts under the developers and get the credentials, view and edit. So this is the credential, copy this credential and go and edit, click the pay, So you can see one dialog box is open, and then once you put your all username, go back and copy this password, click continue, and then paste here and log in. You can see in the top the amount that you are going to make a payment, that $501 you are going to make a payment, and this is your name. And then here once you click pay now, the payment will be actually happens. And there is a one alert message is coming called transaction completed by John. Okay, but you need to add one more functions here. If you see, we don't include the cancel function, right? So if you click the pay and close this button, nothing is happening. There is no message, nothing is coming right now, right? For that, go to the client script, and here you need to create one more function called on cancel. You need to define the function, and like earlier function data comma actions, you need to open the parentheses, and here whatever alert you want to put, we can put that and save. Now uncheck this client. Your pop-up is right now visible, and then the $501 is showing, and once you close and cancel, you can see there is one alert message coming called cancel. Okay, so that's how you can first build that widgets, and then wherever is needed you can place that. So that's it for today. If you have any question, just let me know in my comment section.